sizes and by classes. It is very important classes because the Volao and Seco will go to one place, the Viso will go to another one, and the Ligero will go to another one different. And the process will be different in the three places. Volao, we call trojas here in Dominican. In Cuba we use that term. We put on trojas, and Seco, the density of the troja, the humidity in the troja, and the temperature in the troja are three things very important to make a good process, a good fermentation process. The fermentation is important for many things. Fermentation helps the tobacco to get a uniform color, help the tobacco to get the texture, the correct texture, because the vein, for example, all the veins on the leaf will be thinner. The ammoniac that the tobacco have normally, the fermentation helps to liberar, to
Flavor.
I'm gonna say
Fermentation.
yeah, fermentation help to the ammoniaco to pull out
I'll pull out the chemical.
yeah, fermentation help to pull out all the ammoniac on the leaf. The fermentation help to or permit that the leaf burn very good. Many things important in that process. But if you don't have the experience to know how do you go, for example, what quantity of humidity the leaf needs, what is the right temperature for the different class, you are lost. You need to know exactly what temperature, what humidity the tobacco needs to get a good fermentation for the different class. Ligero, for example, that is one of the tobacco that needs longer fermentation. We use the troja for Ligero will be bigger, so we'll put more leaf on the Ligero trojas, totally different than the Seco, and we will have more temperature and more humidity. For example, to ferment the Seco, when the tobacco get around 32 Celsius, grade Celsius, or 35, we change that troja. On the Seco, we used to change the trojas like 2, 3, 4 times. So when the temperature doesn't go up more, so the fermentation is finished. On the Ligero is different because we need to get around between 40 or 45 Celsius, grade Celsius, and we have to change the trojas for between 5 or 6 times. So it's longer fermentation process. It's important because the Ligero is a leaf that have more oily, more texture, so you need to be patient to ferment the Ligero tobacco. Binder is the same process. We make a sorting for binder, and we classify binders by sizes and by textures. So it's the same process. We put in trojas, and we give the fermentation in troja for the time that the tobacco needs. Wrappers is something very special because a lot of steps are important to obtain a good wrapper. The classification of the wrapper takes time, needs workers with a lot of experience, because it's very, very delicate to separate the different classes. Wrapper normally, the first tips is classify wrapper by sizes. Second one by texture. Third one by colors. So women's, normally we use women's to do this because they are more delicate to work with the tobacco. So these women's need to open the leaf, need to check everything on the leaf, because wrapper have to be pretty clean. No something with some leaf with different color. No, they can't feel the vein. Have to be very thin. The vein that have to be very thin. The wrapper have to be very elastic. They have to know those things to make the difference between wrapper and binder. So normally we obtain 3 colors on the wrappers. We obtain light colors, we obtain brown color, and dark color that we used to have in Maduros most of the time. So when we finish the classification, we put the wrapper in boxes, big boxes, and we have special rooms that we call mulling room, where we control, is a fermentation under control. We control temperature and humidity with machines. So we put the wrappers inside boxes, we put a tube on the center where we check it every day, what is the temperature inside the box. Temperature is important, because if you permit that the temperature going in the high level, you can burn the wrapper. So humidity is important too, because if you don't control the humidity and the tobacco is coming dry inside the box, so the fermentation doesn't occur. So mulling room permits you to control better that process, because you will have the tobacco in smaller places, like a box. If you need to change the box, it's easy to put out, change the tobacco, and put inside again that boxes to continue the fermentation process. In Dominica, we are trying to obtain some ground wrapper that, for me especially, is a very good one, because the aroma is really nice. I know that nowadays it's becoming most popular every day, because the smokers can appreciate what is the taste, what is the aroma. So some ground wrapper is more difficult to obtain, but it's very popular, and because it's tasty and it's aromatic. And the other way that we obtain wrapper is under cheesecloth. That wrapper is more thinner, more elastic, more homogeneous color, but the both one are really good. And Cuban wrapper, the Cuban variety are really good, because the aroma in that wrapper is incredible. It's something that we can enjoy it, like smokers. Like the good smoker can enjoy it. So